Hi guys, welcome to Butte Mountain Homestead. I'm just on my way to work, but I was running by some stuff by the house. I get to move this week, so the landlord is letting me put some stuff into the little storage unit. But I thought I would just take you on the outside right now because I don't have keys to the inside and they're not here working right now. So what I'm going to do is just show you some stuff on the outside, show you the backyard, what I'm going to be dealing with. But yeah, I've been able to get some stuff in the storage unit, and I'm hoping that Amazon will make a delivery while I'm here. So I'm going to turn the camera around and then I'm just going to show you some of it. I'm not going to walk you through all the details. It's a small little cottage, but I'll go over those details in just a second. Okay, so here's the west facing wall. That's a living room window trellis, and I found out last night that that's an automatic, pretty bright outside light, so I don't have to get a spotlight after all. But yeah, it's a cottage that was built, let me zoom out. So this is a little cottage. It's, like I said, it's under 800 square feet, but it was built in 1910. So yeah, it's a 115-year-old house, but it's on a pretty steep basement foundation, so it is up high off the ground. So they do have fake turf down in front, which is fine. Fence to the backyard, carport in my car. The next door neighbor can park on the other side, so without showing much of their house, that's their house there. So try not to move too fast so not to make you guys dizzy. But so the front is all maintained by a yard service. I can do pruning or, get weeds as I see fit. So I'll get a hose hooked up there. They have a watering system on a timer that the landlord runs. So any of the pots or any things down below, these pots are theirs. I can maintain them if I want. Let's see. Do that. But there's the little front porch. I guess the address doesn't matter. I'm not telling you what town I live in or what street I'm on. So anyways, but yeah, there's a cute little porch. Security door. I brought some things from the house just because I had room in the car without filling up the storage, because I want to put stuff that I've ordered in the storage unit. So I don't want to overload it with too much of my stuff. So I just brought some things from the porch to make it pretty. My porch chairs do not fit literally by the width of the legs. I cannot get them to stay to get in the car. So they're going to have to come on the load this weekend. But I was able to get all this in the car. So brought some pretty things. But that's a living room window. And then that's the kitchen window. So that tells you how small this is. But that's okay. Everything's going to work perfect. Cute little lantern. I just need to do some cleanup, cobweb cleanup out here. But so it's a cute little neighborhood, and the landlord owns all of that over there, this one, and again, without going too fast, not that one, but that one. So I've already met that neighbor. She's really nice. And I met my backyard neighbor. So anyways, there is an alley right there, which is fine. But yeah, there's a cute little trellis for something to grow up. I don't know exactly what that is. I'll find out when it blooms. But there's a crepe myrtle. But yeah, I just need to scrub the porch and then get my chair. One chair here and one in the backyard. So I'm going to pause you and take you down. So here's the front of it. I need to take out, I did some weeding yesterday waiting for delivery. And of course the last two deliveries, they delivered as soon as I've taken the exit to get to my house. So anyways, so Poppy and I came down last night to put away the delivery so that no one would take it. But yeah, see, that foundation is pretty tall. That's probably good 3.5, 4 feet. But I just need to clean that. I'm just going to cut it back and see if it'll come back in the spring. I'm going to plant some bulbs in here and then mark them so that the landscape guy doesn't put any weed spray down and kill them. But so need to trim that back. Looks like that's some sort of like bee balm or something, or salvia. But There's a salvia. I need to cut that way back. There's a grass under there. But yeah, super cute. That goes to the basement. I don't have access to the basement, which is fine, but that runs the mini split. And then that goes to my back porch, but I'm going to block it off. So, but I can decorate that little porch and I'll put a wreath on the door. But yeah, this is over by a school district. So yeah, I will take you to the backyard. Hold on. Okay. Really not much. There's the Bermuda grass that I'm going to have to contend with. I'm also seeing how much shade. Right now it's the end of October, the third week of October. So I'm seeing it's about noon and time change is going to happen in a couple weeks. But yeah, there's the storage unit. I'm going to put a little seating area, I think, right here to get out of the sun. So yeah, I think I'm going to put like a little, I'll do it above ground so that it's not permanent. But yeah, I think I'm going to put a little seating area here and maybe put the barbecue right here. I'm not sure what can go back there. I don't know. But I just need to get all this cleaned up. There's some ivy, some geranium. Looks like mint if I had to guess. Let me see. It's mint. So I might take that out because it's going to take over once I start watering and fertilizing. But this is a fig tree. The neighbor says it's a volunteer off of her tree. And she said the fruit is dry. So it's just great for shade. So, and then there's more ivy or vinca over there. So I'll get that all cleaned out. That's the side of the neighbor's shed or garage. But I'm going to do hollyhocks and sunflowers in there and lavender. Make that like a little cottage planting. Yeah, all that needs to be pruned back. Looks like the previous gal just dumped pots. So there's a lot of soil that needs to get tossed or just spread around. Not much I can do in there. It looks like that gate might work. So I don't want to block it anyway. So I'll just keep it mowed. But all these shrubs, I'll get those pruned down in the spring, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to garden right there. But that's the south side of the house, so those are the 2 bedrooms. So yeah, I'm going to try to figure out how to garden right there. So there is a water spigot right there, and it's high enough that I can put the water filtration and the flow regulator on there. So we'll see. She said I can do whatever I want. I don't think I'm going to intentionally kill the Bermuda. You can't kill Bermuda. But I may cover it and then put the raised beds on top of there. It's going to be just for vegetables anyways. And then the raised beds will have to be deep enough to accommodate the root system of like tomatoes. And then I'll just know that maybe every other year I'll need to deal with Bermuda coming through. I'm going to probably double layer the weed fabric. And then I'll just make sure not to get that area watered, even though there's a downspout right there. I'll just make sure not to get that. Well, it'll get watered from the garden, but I'm not going to like hand water it. So I'm trying to find a gas-powered lawnmower because in California you cannot buy them anymore. So I'm trying to find one that's used. But yeah, there's a bunch of rocks. I can just pull those out. There's a little little landscape light that does work because Poppy and I were here last night. But this is a honeysuckle, so I just need to get in here and prune this. I'm going to prune that back to nothing. I don't know what it is. I'll have to figure it out when it blooms. But yeah, in the spring I will cut that down to nothing. That looks like it's lantana with a bunch of Bermuda growing up through it. So, and then I'll just move all these rocks. That geranium's going to probably come out. I may put a couple roses in here. We'll see. But yeah, I can move all those rocks and put them back. But so yeah, this is what I'm doing. It's a nice sized backyard, really. But then there's the neighbors. And then Poppy can get out. I'll show you this little area right here. They do have cyclone fence. I am going to do a fence check just to make sure she can't get out through any holes, but she can get out through here. So I'm going to go to Home Depot and I'm going to get another little trellis just like that, but has narrower holes. Because that little thing right there down at the bottom, she can get through there. She can hop right through there. So, like I said, I've already met them, told them about Poppy. But see, yeah, the previous gal just dumped her pot. So I'll get in here and get all this cleaned out in the spring. Looks like there's a volunteer, whatever this is, Gardenia maybe. Maybe. It's not getting enough sun, so see, it's trying to reach for the sun. There's another one right there. So, and another one right here. So some of these I might dig out. Looks like there's agapanthus in here, right there. And some geranium. So yeah, it just needs to be cleaned up. I've never gardened in the shade, so I don't know what what that's like, but I can imagine some hostas being in here and some impatiens, especially on the other side. But yeah, just get all this cleaned up, get some hollyhocks in here. Ooh, I see a sumac. Uh-oh. Not sure. Right there. That's gonna be a thug. Looks like this is a buddleia. It just needs to be pruned. The geranium looks like it's a pink one and a red one, so I'll get those pruned back. Get all this dirt dispersed. I don't know what these concrete pieces are, if they're permanent or not. But maybe I'll put the bird bath right here. Or right here, so it's pretty too. And then put like a bird feeder in here. That way we can both enjoy it. But they have some sort of water feature because I can hear water running. So really pretty. And this looks like a giant crepe myrtle. So the neighbor did mention that she wants to prune this limb off. That way it's not on their shed. It's their tree in their shed. So I said she can do whatever she wants. So anyways, so yeah, this is where we're at, guys. Pretty awesome. Oh, and I see, oh, okay. Looks like Dish was mounted on the roof. Nice. I have Dish coming next week. Oh, see that chimney up there? There'll be a part 2. This is going to be part 1 just to show you guys the outside. But because this house was built in 1910, when I show you the inside tour, you're going to see that there is a brick, very, very small brick chimney, but they believe that because there was a pipe hole, you know, cover, that there was like an old cook stove in the kitchen. And then there was a wall, and again, I'll show you all that, but they had to take the wall out just to make the room as big as it is, because it's not very big. So, but anyways, it's wonderful. I'm going to really enjoy it, and I'm going to have a lot of fun. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up, but I just wanted to give you a little tour of the outside. And as soon as I get keys to the inside, I want to give you a tour of the inside before I take anything in, and then there'll be a pause because I'm not going to show with all of my disaster of boxes and all the stuff and then just trying to figure out moving. Is I will just show you room by room as I get them decorated. So that's going to have to be how that works, because I'm going to be just on top of stuff. There's stuff I need to paint that I want to get painted before I start bringing in too much stuff. So my bedroom dresser and nightstands. So anyways, I hope you guys stay along for the other tours, and this is really exciting. But just remember to always be kind, guys. Alrighty, thanks, bye.